Hi, kids and families. Miss L here with this week's suggested social emotional learning activity. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, first of all, I wanted to talk to you about the zones. I wanted to do a quick review of the zones to help you remember how to identify and manage your emotions while you're learning at home. Going to try to make this as fun and as simple as possible. So first, let's start with the zone on the bottom. What zone would you be in if you were feeling sad, tired, sick, bored? You might have a tummy ache. Maybe your cat went outside and didn't come back. Whatever it is that's causing you to feel this way, it doesn't feel very good. Do you remember what zone a person would be in if they were feeling sad? That's right, the blue zone. You are correct. The first zone on the bottom of the energy tier would be blue because blue zone usually has the lowest feelings, right? And so after blue, what is the next zone that comes after blue? In this zone, a person is feeling good. They're feeling calm. They could be feeling proud, ready to learn, listening ears turned on. What zone is that, friends? Oh, right. You right there. Oh, yes, exactly. The green zone. You got it. You're remembering these things, and that's excellent. So we have the blue zone. Don't really want to be there. The green zone. That is where we do want to be. And then after green comes what color? Let's see. Does anybody out there know? Oh, yes. You with your hand raised. What's the next color zone? Yellow, exactly. And so what would you be feeling if you were in the yellow zone? Well, your heart could be pounding in your chest. You might have a tummy ache. Your palms might be sweaty because you're feeling nervous. In the yellow zone, you might feel nervous, anxious, scared, or even excited because yellow zone is higher up on the energy scale. And if we're feeling excited, although that feels really good, it could also mean that we're not ready to learn and we're not listening because we're too excited. So even though excited is happy, it could keep us out of the green zone because we're not calm when we're excited. And so therefore it's harder to learn and harder to pay attention. So what about after yellow? Last question. Who knows the answer? What's the zone after yellow? It's when you're feeling, you might be stomping your feet or yelling, or you'll have a grimace on your face. See my eyebrows? What face is that? Don't look happy, do I? It's an angry face. And what zone is angry in? Exactly, the red zone. So, if you're feeling angry, grumpy, if you're feeling terrified or even elated, which is very, very excited but totally out of control, we consider that all in the red zone. Mad, if you're feeling aggressive, like we've discussed in class before, all of those emotions are in the red zone. And we do not want to be in the red zone. It does not feel good to us or to other people. So, what can we do if we're feeling out of the green zone, if we're not feeling good, if we're sad, or if we're nervous, or if we're angry? What can we do? Well, we can use our zones tools, and there's all kinds of different tools that you get to choose from to create your own toolbox like we did in class. So while we're at home, remote learning, you can create your own zones tools box at home. There is a link on the website to an article if the bigger kids or the adults would like to read it on a website called Young Minds that discusses how to create a self-soothe box. And that's what our activity is going to be for this week ongoing into April break, which gives you plenty of time to create your own self-soothe box. So in our self-soothe box, we want to include certain types of things that help us to get back into the green zone. We want to include things that we could touch. We want to include things that we can smell, that we can taste, that we can see, things that make us feel happy, things that have positive memories for us, things that we could do with our hands or with our bodies to keep ourselves busy, get our mind off of what's bothering us, and get us back into the green zone. So, what does the word soothe even mean? If you know what the word soothe means, go ahead and turn and talk, share with the person next to you if there is someone, or you can go ahead and write it in your home journal. So what does the word soothe mean to you? Well, if we're going to look at the dictionary definition of the word soothe, we would learn that the word soothe is a verb, and it means to gently calm a person or their feelings, to relieve or ease pain or discomfort. So, when we are self-soothing, we are engaging in activities that bring us comfort and ease our worries and help us to feel back in the green zone, right? So, what do you need to create a self-soothe box? Well, let's see here. What could be the first thing we need? I don't know. Maybe a box, right? So I'm sure you can find some kind of box in your house, even if it's an old shoe box, an old cereal box, any kind of box. We have boxes that things came in. If you got something shipped to your house, any size box will do. Now just think about this. You're going to decorate these boxes. So when you are decorating them, think about how much of a box you really want to decorate, right? Also got a shoe box here. Shoe boxes work great, right? And if you don't have any kind of cardboard box, you might have a plastic container, a plastic box with a lid somewhere in your house. Or even if you have like a round container or a coffee can would work. If you have maybe even like one of those big plastic containers that cheese curls or cheese puffs come in, or pretzels, something like that. And you may not be able to put all the items that you would like in your box depending on the shape. But if you do not have a big enough box to put objects in, you can take pieces of paper. I've just got this white lined paper here, and I might write my tool on it. So let's see here. What's one thing that helps me stay in the green zone that I would want to put in my self-soothe box? One thing that comes to mind is yoga. I really love yoga. I think that any type of body movement is going to be excellent for you to stay in the green zone. So I might write on another one of these PE activities, right? Let's see, what else do I love to do? I love to dance, so I'm going to write dance on one of these. Can't really put myself dancing in a box, but I can write it down. Maybe I love to make art, which I do. I like painting. I love playing with clay. And I love drawing. So I'm going to write make art. Let's see here. What's one other thing? I love to play outside. So I'm going to write play outside. How many of you like to call a friend? So even if you can't have a play date, you could still call a friend. So we're going to just write contact, because maybe you're using the computer to talk to your friends. So contact a friend, right? Oh, I know. I have a great one that's super simple. Drink water. Did you know that when you drink water and keep your whole body hydrated, that you're not just helping your organs function better, you're also helping your brain function better, you're helping yourself to get more restful sleep, and you're helping yourself have more regulated, more even emotions. So if a person is chronically dehydrated, which means not having enough water, they might not be able to function at their best. It might make learning harder. It might make them feel sad easier and definitely more sleepy. So I'm going to write down drink water. And did you know that you should drink 8 ounces of water for every year old you are? Right? So if you're 5 years old, 8 times 5 is what, kids? 40. You would need to drink 40 ounces of water. I would need to drink more than 64 ounces of water. Once you're over the age of 13, the recommended amount of water for you to drink daily is 64 ounces of water. So I also love reading. We'll write one more down. Read. I love to read, right? And I'm sure some of these activities that I'm putting in my Self-Soothe box would also count for homework, and they would also count for other special activities as well. So what do you need to make your own Self-Soothe box? You need, dun, 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 a box, right? We got a box. Do I have a box? Yes, I do. I think I'm gonna use this box here, and you'll see why. So I'm going to check. I got my box. Art supplies. So we all have different art supplies at home. So all of our boxes are going to look different. If you have paint or can create your own paint at home, like Mrs. Marsh's art assignment suggested that we do, you can paint your box. You might want to take newspaper. I know I used to love to do this, and cover your box with newspaper. You could also, depending on what color box you have, like maybe I don't have paint. Maybe I just want to draw on my box. But this box has different colors on it. So I might want to cover my box in wrapping paper, or I might want to cover my box in brown paper, like the paper bags from the grocery store. And then you can draw on those boxes after you cover them in paper. You might want to put stickers on your box. A plastic box, depending on the paint you have or the markers you have, or what your parents say you're allowed to do or not allowed to do. A plastic box, you might have to put stickers on it. So there's all kinds of ways that you can decorate your box. The cool thing is that it's your box and you get to decorate it the way you want. Another suggestion would be to create a collage on your box, like with these cardboard boxes. If you have magazines at home that you're allowed to cut the pictures out of, you could cut the pictures that you like out of the magazine and then glue them on your Self-Soothe box. You could cut out calming pictures, like maybe nature, or maybe you love horses. You could cut out pictures of horses and put horses on your box. You can get creative in whichever way you see best fit. And like one of my students said to me a week ago when we had a Google chat, she was made up a quote from a book she just finished reading. And the quote that she came up with, the saying, was that you make what you have into what you need. So while we're learning from home, we're going to do everything that we can to take what we have and make it into what we need. So whatever type of box you have, you want to grab that box or container. You want to get your art supplies, items that soothe you. So if I wanted to, I could put a bottle of water in here. I could put my art supplies in the box. I could put pens, markers, crayons, glitter, glue. I could put a picture of someone I love. I could put a picture of someone that soothes my heart when I see their face. I could put that in the box. I could put in a picture of my pet if I had a pet that soothed me. I could put in a stress ball. If you have a stress ball or some type of squishy ball, you could put that in your box. Play-Doh is another thing. If you have kinetic sand, if you have headphones, if you love listening to music, you could put your headphones in your box. There's a whole myriad of things that you're going to come up with while you think about this at home that soothe you that you can put in your self-soothe box. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my self-soothe box over the next week, and I will upload a picture of my self-soothe box when it's all finished, and then you can see what my box looks like and what type of activities I like to put in my self-soothe box. So I'm folding these ones up because, again, you can't really put yoga in your box. I mean, you could put yoga cards or mindfulness cards if you have them. You can't really put your PE activities or your art assignments or your homework in your box, but if those are things that soothe you, making art, you can put that note, right? There we go. You can put that little note. You can use scrap paper. You can cut up construction paper. You can, if you don't have scissors, just tear off little pieces and write your activity. Contact a friend. So that's always a good thing to do. Contact a friend. I love smelling flowers and I love gardening, so that's another activity I could write down. Or I might want to put in a little packet of seeds just to remind me. So you're going to decorate your box. Get a box. Get your art supplies and decorate it. You're going to find items that soothe you. And then if you don't have items that fit in the box, you're going to write what are those zones activities? What are the tools that you use to calm yourself down or to lift up your spirits if you're feeling sad, like we talked about before. So then I did that. I'm going to check that off. And background music. So listening to music can be very soothing. It can be very therapeutic for a person. And so I suggest that while you're doing this activity, you're actually combining what we would call different subjects, interdisciplinary learning. You would be combining things like music, social emotional learning. If you're drinking water, you're adding health in there. Maybe you're getting up and doing some stretches or your push-ups or your plank pose in between for a little movement break. Then you're getting your PE in. And you can get all of those different activities all bundled up into one. And most people really enjoy music, so I suggest playing some background music while you're creating your self-soothe box. And then you're actually soothing your senses while you're creating your self-soothe box. So I'll just check that one off. So again, your vocabulary word for today is soothe. And soothe is a verb, and it means to calm down a person or their feelings, or to provide some kind of relief or easing pain or discomfort. So we are going to take the next 2 weeks, this week and the week of spring break, to create a self-soothe box. And when you are done decorating your box and putting your activities in your box, send me a picture. And with your parents' permission, I can add your picture of your self-soothe box to the Health and SEL webpage that I've created. I really hope you like this activity. If you are old enough to read it, or if you would like your parents to read the article to you on the Young Minds website about Self-Soothe Box, please do so. And again, simple activity. I want it to be fun. And then over the next few weeks or even beyond, when you find yourself feeling out of the green zone, you can just reach in to your self-soothe box and pick the object or the activity that is going to help you the most in that moment, because different activities might help us better in different moments. So I pulled out drink water, 8 ounces for every year that I've been alive. So I've got some agua drinking to do. Necesito beber más agua. I need to drink more water. Porque es buen para mi salud, because it's good for my health. Y tengo sed ahora. That means I am thirsty right now. I have thirst. So speaking Spanish is another thing I love that cheers me up. So I should put that in my box. And the next time I'm feeling in the blue zone, I can listen to music, do some yoga, practice speaking Spanish, or drink some water, which is what I'm going to go do now, is go soothe my body and my mind and my heart with a nice, big, cold glass of delicious, healthy water. So I hope you're all doing well, and I really look forward to seeing your self-soothe boxes and hearing about all the different activities that make you feel better. All right, kids, good to see you. Take care and be well.